David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, there seems to be a lot of confusion regarding whether or not the borders to foreign travelers are closed here in Canada, and the confusion is well warranted because, well, there's so many exemptions to the various rules, and also the Trudeau Liberals keep moving the goalposts. Now, if you recall, back in March, that's when it was announced that indeed the borders were being closed to foreign travelers, although, as you know, from my visits to Pearson International Airport and Keean Bexley's visits to Calgary's International Airport, there are still foreign flights coming in on a daily basis, including flights from the very epicenter of the Wuhan virus. That would be China. Sometimes as many as 5 to 10 flights per day are still landing in Canada, and the exemptions include those for landed immigrants, for relatives of Canadian citizens, diplomats, and so on and so forth. So it's no real closure there. Now, then on March the 20th, the Trudeau Liberals announced that finally those so-called irregular border crossings, such as the infamous Roxham Road that straddles the province of Quebec and New York State, those would be closed, so asylum seekers couldn't just merrily waltz over the border, have the RCMP turn into bellhops, and then get health and dental benefits and put up in a place like this behind me, the Toronto Plaza Hotel. It's 100% occupancy, but it's not Canadian citizens, it's refugee claimants that are living in the rooms at the Toronto Plaza and other hotels such as the former Toronto Radisson East, and of course the North York Hydro headquarters, or the former North York Hydro headquarters, which is now the Willowdale Welcome Center, which alas is a hotspot for a coronavirus outbreak. There are at least 86 people there that have the virus. In any event, it should be noted that on March, the Trudeau Liberals passed an order in council, and this is what it stated. Those people who try to come into Canada who claim to be asylum seekers will not, I repeat, will not be restricted from entering the country, even if they exhibit signs of having the COVID-19 virus. That's right. So someone who is an illegal migrant, who is coughing, who has a fever, who has trouble breathing, will still be welcomed with open arms into our great dominion. Oh, but it gets better, folks, because then on April the 14th, another order in council was passed, and that order in council enacted new regulations allowing police to target Canadian citizens crossing the border up to $1,000 in fines, plus $100 per child. And also approved were various other fines against Canadian citizens that would include $275 for failure to answer a relevant question, $500 for failure to comply with a reasonable measure, and $750 for failure to comply with an order. So, in the final analysis, in order to try to make sense of this, if you are an illegal alien exhibiting signs of the coronavirus and you come into Canada illegally, well, you're not going to be fined. You're going to be welcomed with open arms and put up in a hotel like the one behind me. Oh, I should mention as a footnote, folks, I did walk into the lobby of the hotel and I filmed into a window, which seems to be a common area behind me. And, well, what did I see? I saw a lack of social distancing. I saw people far closer than the recommended 2 meters. And I saw a lack of people with the personal protective equipment. And even though Toronto Mayor John Tory likes to go on Twitter and brag about how many Torontonian taxpayers who fund this building, by the way, get fined for COVID-19 safety precaution violations, Well, you won't see law enforcement or bylaw here at the Toronto Plaza Hotel. Gee, I wonder why that is. But if you're a Canadian citizen and you do the exact same thing, you potentially face thousands of dollars in fines depending on how much the law enforcement officers want to throw the book at you. Does this make sense to anyone? For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, if you feel that you've been unfairly harassed by law enforcement or bylaw regarding the COVID-19 safety precautions, please let us know. Please visit fightthefines.com. That's fightthefines.com. Tell us your story, and if we think it is an injustice, well, we'll go to bat for you. We'll crowdfund your legal fees and fight it in court. And if you don't have a tale to tell, please visit the site. And if you're able to, folks, please donate $1 or $2 so that we can indeed crowdfund those lawyer fees. Thank you ever so much.